All right. Good morning, everybody. Today is 8:37 a.m. in what day is it? May 25th. May 25th. I'm making this video in the morning um because I one of my coworkers has the day off and I'm not in a rush to go to work. Um I have my little coffee just to start the day. Um But yeah, for anybody just coming in, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing a great day, or having a great day. This is like my weekly journal entry that I do every week or so or something. I might do it more consistently. I might not do it more consistently, but this is what I do week in week out. Topic of discussion today is school. School is a scam. School is an indoctrination to some extent. To some point, school teaches you that te it obviously it's designed to teach you things, but the things that they put in the school system for you to learn isn't necessarily going to be beneficial for you later on in life. So starting from um, elementary school, for Americans, middle school, high school, for Canadians, elementary school, high school, and then so on and so forth, like others, like university and college. Um, the elementary school and middle school and high school, the curriculum is designed for you to become almost like a slave to um slave to the higher ups, slave to the elites, slave to the top 1%, the people that control you. How do I know this? Is that from a young age, since we were like 5 years old, however, whatever age you get into like grade 1 and going on to grade 12, we have been programmed our minds to wake up early around 8 o'clock, show up at school for from 9 o'clock, don't don't get a break until lunch, and then come back home around like 4 o'clock and stuff. Um, Largely enough, this is the most common hours of work for the average 9 to 5. Like if you're a cashier or you work a very low income job, or like you're in the middle class and stuff, chances are you pretty much work a 9 to 5 job, just the same as if you were in school when you were to wake up, go to school at 9 o'clock and to 4. So first of all, school is training your brain to show up to a place for 8 hours and then go home. Um, Second of all the stuff that they teach isn't it's not useful for the rest of your life. Maybe certain things that would be pretty beneficial is math and science, like things like physics and chemistry. Um, some things that I maybe like phys ed as well. That's a good one. Art's pretty good, but for the most part, like I think we all can agree, like learning English, or even history. Like history is such a weird conversation because lately with all this, they the winners of the wars in our histories back in the day, like World War One, Civil War, Vietnam War, World War Two, like all these wars that's happened in the world and stuff. The winners write the history, and the winners may not exactly be the best, be the right like the good person in the story and stuff. But since they are the winners, they will write them as the winners. basically. This is a good explanation for World War II. A lot of ever since this Epstein stuff came out. I mean, who knows what the truth was? Hitler really this bad guy? Was the Jews really just an innocent group or religion that was just victimized by the hands of this guy, or was Hitler really trying to talk about something? So so sorry, I just kind of went astray there, but the um moral of the story is what they teach us in these schools is it's not very beneficial. For a very critical thinker, a wise person, where are these classes that teach us how to, like get a mortgage, get a credit card, pay for a car, um, like, get like just like some simple things like getting married or starting a family, or where is teaching us about like stocks or savings or loans or just like any of these basic things where like our taxes, like things that we should have been taught in our schools to, like once we're done with our teenage years and gone to adulthood, that we should be able to know these things to like do our taxes and be able to do this stuff on our own. But yet when we come out and we're like, I'm sure everybody went through this, is where we're 18, like 20, we're just like in our early 20s, like 18 to 22, we're like just in the like we're in this tugging war of just like, I don't know what to fucking do. I don't know what to do with my life because everything, all the things that we are supposed to do, and don't get me wrong, we're like, ah, it's just we are basically slaves being we are slaves just being put through an indoctrination camp that has been labeled as like the education system. And 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 as far as the owners, like the people that like own the education system, like you can search this up yourself, like John D Rockefeller, the guy that owns all the education institutions like all across America. John D Rockefeller quoted said, "I want a generation of workers, not thinkers. People that don't think for themselves, people that aren't wise, people they want he wants a generation of brainwashed zombies." And this goes back to like the 1950s, like back where everybody was like gonna just be pushed into these education schools, and everybody's just gonna become a slave to work the 9 to 5 and save to do save for families, save for houses, save for cars, save for all the things that they want to do. And by the time they get a chance to do this, I'm sure all our parents are like in their 40s, like pushing their 50s, like they're in their late 40s, and they just achieved like their dream house, their dream car, their like just reached their peak family. And that's insane. Like if school is such a beneficial way to put your time into, and for the long term going out to like gain wealth, like all the richest people in the world, they're all entrepreneurs. Isn't it like 70 or like 80% of the world that is like rich are all entrepreneurs? Like they all have started their own business and stuff. Nobody got rich playing the long game, just sitting in the education system and then coming out as, I mean, sure sure, if you go into university or college and you become like a lawyer or a dentist or uh like a brain surgeon, like a doctor, or like I'm sure like the largest, like what is it again, like the largest job as across like the like females is like becoming like a nurse or something, a nurse, a doctor, somebody that takes care of people and stuff. And these people, like, sure, they do well, but dude, you're clocking in like 9 9 to 12 hours, like 12-hour shifts. And like it's like for what? Like I understand this, like in order to make this good money you have to clock in these many amount of hours, but to what point are you like just wasting your life where you're not making enough money? Like I can guarantee you that everybody that we kind of know, the richest people that have money, are wealthy, are happy, are like going good in life, they took a risk of some point to start a business or make some way, shape, or form of money that they didn't teach you in the education school, or give you a diploma or a certificate of any sorts to give you a very high class job, like a suit and tie job to make enough money to serve your stuff. So technically, yeah, school is a scam completely. And for the people that stayed into school, you have to pay the student loans you got in order to enroll you in this school. So everybody that got went into school, they get student loans to cover their textbooks. I mean, like daily expenses as a student, like being at the school or something. Maybe that has to do with like covering their pay to stay at the university or college, or like things like that. And all the people that stayed in there, like for example, our parents, aunties, uncles, grandmothers, and grandfathers. The people that stayed in there and say that they're lawyers or nurses or doctors or um surgeons, or just like all these people that need these certificates or diplomas and stuff, they're in their late 40s, 50s, still paying off the same shit that they learned when they're in their 20s. So when they're in their like early 20s, like 20 going on to 27, like you're 3 years away from 30, you got this huge amount of student loan debt. Maybe it's like 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand, like huge chunk of money. I don't even know if that's real numbers. I don't know anything about what a student loan costs, but the fact that you have to work until you're probably like in your 40s or 50s, the fact that it takes well over like 10, 20 years to pay this off because of what you wanted to learn in your 20s. Dude, you wasted your entire life. You wasted 20 years of your life just trying to make money to pay this off. Like, I mean, did you ever live? Did you ever have any experiences in your life? Did you ever take a risk to do those things that you wanted to? Anything that made you like happy of any sorts? So I think that's just the conversation that I wanted to talk about today. Is that school? When you go into school, just be careful of what you're going into and what you're potentially going to be learning. But make sure that it's something that's actually your something that you're actually interested in, and something that is going to benefit you long term, and something that actually like makes you happy and actually is worth your time and worth the money and stuff. Because at the end of the day, I'm sure a lot of people have heard that when they go into school and they go into the career paths that they want to do, and then it's not anything that they expected. They were expecting to get like paid a lot more, and they become very dissatisfied with their life, and a lot of them become empty. And that's why you see so many switch ups in their career paths, where they spend like all their 20s into this career path, and then they finally get the job and they're like, what the fuck, this is not what I expected at all. And especially in this generation, especially in this world that we live in now, I'm sure we're hearing countless peoples of finishing their schooling and stuff and then trying to apply for jobs, and nobody's getting hired. Nobody's getting hired. I'm sure we've heard it from rich billionaires that people we're like 80% of the people in this world are like is going to be replaced by AI. Like but you're not going to get a job. Like you're just wasting this money, wasting this time, wasting these early lives of your years, and just to be replaced by AI. And yeah, like nobody's getting hired. And I think it's just a giant like government psyop to just keep humanity poor, keep humanity distracted, keep humanity at base, keep people just showing up to the same places that are so-called beneficial, that are like so like concrete, that we need, that like we need this in our society, in this community. So for my final message before I cut this video off, just when you're going to this school stuff, just make sure it's 100% something you want to learn and think about. and and half of the stuff that we learn about, people that like mechanics, like all the stuff that we learn, like about cars, or learning about stocks, or learning about investing, or learning about like health, learning about philosophy, learning about technology, all this stuff that we all learn about, we can all search it up on YouTube. And this, for context, me, I've only graduated up to the high school certificate. I've only graduated high school. I haven't been to university or college or stuff. Anything I've learned about is from podcast, Spotify, YouTube, and like carefully picked Instagram like influencers that teach you about philosophical, wisdomatic talking points. So yeah, I think that's just what I wanted to talk about, and just open your mind to what you could be putting your life through in the education system. Thanks for watching.